Traditionally, the attitude towards disaster management in Indonesia has been a fatalistic one, which is in line with most developing and many developing countries, meaning that disasters are from God and that there's no sense that anything can be done to better prepare or prevent these disasters from occurring. As far as the government of Indonesia is concerned, they are more so a traditional or authoritarian based government. The citizens believe that it's the government's responsibility to assist them when disaster strikes, but the government does not see this assistance as a right or an entitlement, which really makes the state's response to disasters inconsistent and unpredictable to the citizens.
God's great big family, and it's true. You know, love is all we need.
Because there is no overarching policy in Indonesia regarding disaster management, if the president declares a state of calamity, then the Bakornis VP is in charge of coordinating all of the disaster efforts for the entire provinces and regions. But if it's just a local disaster that has occurred, the regions and provinces that are directly affected are left completely and totally alone to be responsible for their own disaster management and risk reduction efforts.
Right now, they need a helping hand. No someone lie. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
As a response to those natural disasters, Indonesia developed the RADIUS project, which stands for Risk Assessment Tools for Diagnostics of Urban Areas Against Seismic Disasters, which is an earthquake scenario for the major city of Bandung. And although this is only one example, this does show how they're trying to plan for natural disasters that could occur in the areas within their country. A few potential obstacles to disaster management being effective in Indonesia include, most vocally spoken within the country, the role of the Bakornis VP and the SAT Korlak VP being limited to coordination only, while the implementation is carried out by the departments beneath the Bakornis VP and the SAT Korlak VP. Now, this is very difficult, especially when there's no funding allocated to those two, and the departments beneath are kind of just left with an instruction manual and no funds to implement those instructions. Additionally, something that could be a potential obstacle is the belief that disaster management is only a response, and that because the disasters themselves are preordained, nothing really can be done to better prepare, better respond, which in itself could be an obstacle if education is not put in place to let people know that something can be done, which ties into the fact that the community and the citizens of Indonesia lack the fundamental knowledge and understanding of disaster risk reduction in itself. Their knowledge is still at a rudimentary level, and their perceptions of disaster management are very mediocre, and they don't really have much knowledge about, the disaster in itself and how to prepare for the disaster in itself.
Someone to help you rebuild after the rumble's gone. We are the world connected by a common bond. Love, the whole planet singing along.